In these next segments, we would like to share with you other fun applications that you may want to explore. Right now, you may be using Silhouette for cutting paper designs for scrapbooking or other paper crafts, but why not expand the Silhouette's uses for other projects? Such projects as making labels and signs, dressing up your garments, as well as making gifts for your family and friends. You can even do some neat things with your home decor. The applications that this segment will explore are 2 new and creative ways of dressing up garments with rhinestone patterns as well as iron-on materials, making signs for dressing up the home with Art Deco wall messages and expressions, and finally, glass etching, where glassware can be etched with shapes, names, as well as expressions, allowing you to create great gifts for family and friends. The first application we will cover is how to apply rhinestone patterns on fabric and other surfaces. Interestingly, making rhinestone patterns in RoboMaster is not like making a typical design as we have covered previously in this video. To make a rhinestone shape, we will use circles that are placed in the form of the shape, each circle representing a placement of one rhinestone. For instance, the heart you see on the screen could easily be cut, but to get the same effect with rhinestones, the heart would have to be made of holes like this. To add to this, rhinestones come in different sizes. Therefore, there are different size circles for each size of rhinestone, such as the lips design you see here. To create a rhinestone pattern on your own entails creating a line shape, making a circle representing the size of the rhinestone you want to use, making copies of the circle, placing the circles along the path of the shape, and finally removing the line shape, leaving the rhinestone pattern. If this is a little too daunting for you, Silhouette America offers a whole library of different designs and shapes to purchase online. The items that you will need for this application are rhinestone template media. This is the material that are used to cut the circles to place the rhinestones. The rhinestone backing board, sheet of clear transfer tape, a brush, and of course the rhinestones. A box that is the size of an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper or larger, a towel or Teflon sheet to iron on, an iron. Most of these items can be purchased as a kit. Silhouette America offers a rhinestone starter kit that includes the tools, materials, rhinestones, as well as a DVD with over 40 rhinestone designs on it. All this to help you get started with this application. Let's begin with a rhinestone pattern that was obtained by using the Purchase Online button. It's placed on our drawing area with the red border cut area. Since the circles are sized to fit a particular rhinestone, do not resize the design. This will resize the holes, causing issues with accurate rhinestone placements. Let's load the rhinestone template media's front edge on the writing panel of the Silhouette. Since the rhinestone template media has its own backing paper, there's no need to use the Silhouette carrier sheet. Press the Control Panel Enter key to load the media. In RoboMaster, click on the Cut button and then click OK. When the cutter controller appears, a new media type has to be created. Click on Adjust Setting to allow us to adjust the settings. Then click on Add Media. Start by naming the media Rhinestone Template. Being a thicker material, it's better to use the yellow cap. Set the thickness or force slider to 30 and the speed to 10. Of course, if you do use a thicker media for this process, you may end up using the red cap instead. Click OK. This will save the rhinestone template media so that we will always have it there for our use. Now you can click Cut and then click OK. After it's completed cutting, unload the rhinestone template media. Peel the backing off of the template material, leaving the circle cutouts behind. It usually works best to peel the material off in one quick motion, but be careful on this. In some patterns, circles are placed very closely together, and therefore it's better to peel the material slowly to reduce the risk of ripping the pattern. Affix the template material to a rhinestone backing board. Depending on the pattern, this is best done by placing the template face down on the table with the adhesive side facing up. Next, take the rhinestone backing board and prior to placing it on the template, make a slight bend in the middle of the board and lower it onto the template, attaching the middle first and then smoothing the board down toward both ends. This will reduce the potential for wrinkling. Turn the template face up. You might find that you'll still have to pick out some of the holes. This will sometimes happen. Just take an X-Acto knife or your silhouette hook to remove the pieces. Place the board with the affixed template face up in a box that will be larger than the template you're using. If you purchase the Silhouette Rhinestone Start Kit, use the plastic container. Freely pour the rhinestones onto the template. Gently shake as many rhinestones into each hole as possible, and then use the brush to fill the remaining empty holes. Remove the excess rhinestones by gently brushing them to the side and off of the template. Once all of the rhinestones are positioned face up in the template, separate the clear transfer sheet from its white backing. Take the transfer sheet and cover the design. And once again, droop the middle so that it attaches first. Then smooth the transfer tape enough to ensure that all the rhinestones are attached to the transfer sheet. At this point, turn on the iron and adjust the heat setting to wool so that it heats up. Next, carefully lift the transfer tape with the attached rhinestones and position the design on the desired surface. Place the Teflon sheet or cloth over the design. As a tip, take part of the garment if you can and use it as the cover cloth. Here we have flipped up the bottom half of the shirt. Place the heated iron on top for 45 to 60 seconds. If the design is larger than the iron, as in this case, heat the pattern in sections. Once the whole pattern has had heat applied to it for the allotted time, remove the iron and the cover cloth. Next, starting from the corner, remove the transfer tape slowly. If you find the rhinestones continue to stick to the transfer tape, replace the cloth and reapply the iron again, this time with a slightly increased temperature for 45 to 60 seconds. Once the transfer tape is removed, turn the garment inside out and apply the iron on the design again for 45 to 60 seconds. The cover cloth or sheet does not have to be used for this. And here is the final result. For more dazzling effects, why not use iron-on materials in combination with your rhinestone patterns? As a final note, when washing or drying the garment, always turn it inside out prior to the wash and dry cycle. Hand wash if you can using mild detergent. Finally, use extreme caution when operating a hot iron and obviously keep any items used for this process out of the reach of children. For more information on this segment, click here to access the manual. If you are in need of further assistance, email us at support@silhouetteamerica.com or call us at 1-800-859-8243.